Shalom, it's Unlimited God, back with another one, man. You saw the thumbnail. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how Redondo Beach is building a tiny house shelter for the homeless community. Before we get into this video, make sure to smash the subscribe button, hit a like on this video, and then go in the comment section and type in the word E-Team. The first person I see type the word E-Team in the comment section, I will pin your comment to the top for everybody to see. Now, Redondo Beach, man, decided to go ahead and put up a tiny house shelter for the homeless community. Pretty much the main reason why is that they didn't have one up and somebody in it by December 28th, they would not be eligible for federal funding. And we know, California loves to take money and do nothing with it. But anyway, they went ahead and put up this homeless shelter and they got their residents in. They had put up 15 of them in a parking lot. They can only house, so in normal conditions, they would be able to house 30 people, but in this COVID-19 conditions, they're able to house 15 people, because there's only one person now per, pallet shelter. Now, I went ahead and took a tour of this place. I went ahead and visited it, so go ahead and check out this footage. So, first thing is Redondo Beach pallet shelter. You guys see that? Respect for site property as well as the property of others expected. All pets are under the control of the owner. Okay, so you can actually have pets here. Apparently, according to this rule right here, sobriety is supported. Possession of use of alcohol is not allowed on the premises at any time. Any drug or paraphernalia found during the search of the property will not be returned to residents. Residents will submit to search by on-site security before entering. Okay, cool. Medication will be kept in a secure area and available to you as you need it. Smoking is only allowed outside of the building and within designated areas. The site is open 24/7. All residents are expected to return to the site by 10 p.m. Okay, got you.
Out there, but the people that live out here don't want it.
All right, is there any that's empty that I can tour, like on the inside? They're all full up?
They're all full at this
Wow,
point.
okay, got you. All right, these are the tiny homes that the city is building for the homeless people over here. So I'm gonna try to walk in and get a tour of it for myself, and then I'll kind of give you guys a rundown when I come back out. Hold on. Okay. The bathrooms, and then over there was the showers. Now, so when I went there, man, let's go ahead and talk about a few things. Let's talk about what I do like about it. What I do like about it is they have services there for the homeless. The hope and the goal is for people to come in, get employment, and then get permanent housing, and then go ahead and boom, get them out and get somebody else in. So that's what the hope of this whole community is. And I do like that. So when I was talking to the security guard, the security guard is pretty cool. You know what I mean? So we talked to him for a little bit. And I used to do security, doing security and things like that. I kind of know how it is. But he gave us as much information as he could. And there is the person who oversees the whole tent shelter thing. Is going to be there on Monday around 8 or 9 in the morning. I plan on actually not even being out here around that day. I plan on being in San Diego to film. But I'll try to have somebody go out there and get in contact with this person, because I have a lot of questions about this. First, I kind of want to know, okay, how are they picking people? What are their prerequisites? You know what I mean? Did they have to be sober? Did they have to go through their, I feel like, you can be helping people or you can be enabling people. And so I want to make sure that this is actually going to be helping people. You know what I mean? On the rule book, it said number 1, sobriety is supported. In my opinion, sobriety should be mandated. You know what I mean? If you're continuously making bad choices, you're very likely to not partake in the services and in the programs that they do offer. You're not going to be worried about getting an employment. You're not going to be worried about getting permanent housing, because you want to continue to make those bad choices. You know what I mean? Even if they get you a job and they get you a house, you're going to drink your way out of it. You're going to smoke your way out of it. You're going to, use your way out of it or gamble your way out of it. And so I feel like sobriety, first and foremost, should be mandated. I feel like there should be random drug testing and alcohol testing to make sure that you're not continuously using. Because again, when we look at some of the other rules, you basically can leave when you want to. So and as long as you don't have the drugs on the premises, you're all good. And when we went to the spot, I checked out the security guard, cabin, which is another shelter, but it's just for the security guard officers' office, what they call it. He actually did end up having to confiscate a bottle of alcohol from one of the residents as they were trying to come in. So these people still are on substances And so they can pretty much just go leave, shoot up, do what they want to do, and then come back in high and just go into the cabin and go to sleep. And so it's like, okay, let's make sure that we honestly are getting people in here that want to progress in life, that want to level up and get a job and get housing, you know. I was in that area is very, like, the South Bay Galleria was a staple in my childhood, man. Like, that was the first mall I ever went to with like all my friends, just, you know, without my parents, just going, hanging out, going to the movies, you know, going and eating at the food counter, you know, things like that. So like, that was a really dope area. That was a really dope a spot, you know, growing up in LA. And so that homeless shelter is actually right behind there, and I'm a little bit concerned that potentially, you know, this could, how do you call it? This could kind of ruin the area a little bit, because when we were there, when we were walking out, I believe I showed that in the clip, but there was a homeless person just standing outside there. You know what I mean? And when I walked by him to go get that footage, he reeked of urine and alcohol. And then we went to the Target. There's a Target, you know, like adjacent to it. We went to that Target. There was just a homeless person in a wheelchair with, you know how the homeless people carry baskets with full of their stuff. There's a homeless person in a wheelchair with a basket full with his trash and things like that, just sitting right in the entrance of the Target, just camped out. None of the employees were saying anything, none of the shoppers were saying anything. And so that is concerning to me, because that I never have seen that a day in my life. You know, in LA has the worst homeless population, but I've never seen a homeless person just camp out in the middle of the store. He literally was just in a wheelchair like this, facing people as they come into the store, just sitting there. And that's kind of concerning to me, because I've never seen that a day in my life. And I don't know if that's going to become their new domain. Are they going to just start camping out in stores? Because it's pretty lawless in California right now, if you haven't noticed. So that's a little bit concerning to me. So I want to know, how is this area going to be transformed, either for the better or potentially for the worse, and that they have that tiny house shelter there. You know what I mean? You know, I just want to see how that's going to work and how that's going to play out. Now, let's go ahead and really get into the nitty gritty, the things that you guys want to know about. When I went ahead and took a tour, man, there was 15 of those units. They had showers, and they also had porta potties for the residents of, you know, this here whole shelter. Now, what I was seeing online, you know, some of the news outlets were there today when they first were coming in. I want to be one of those news outlets. I want to talk to and interview a couple of these people and things like that. But they were saying that some of the people who were coming in was like, one story was a female who was out homeless on the streets for 5 years. And another dude who was homeless on the streets for like 4 years. Now, again, in my opinion, if you're homeless for over a year, you go into a category in my mind that I call serial homeless. Those are the people who essentially want to be homeless. Now, what I mean by that is, you telling me for 5 years, 365 days times 5, there was no opportunity that came along that could have got you back on your feet. If you just are down on your luck for 5 years, there's no opportunity that came along that could have got you back on your feet. I don't believe that. I believe you're passing over opportunities, or you're getting opportunities, and your mindset is so low frequency that you're squandering those opportunities. Personally, when I was you know, doing security and things like that, I ran across a couple who was homeless, and that one of these ladies ended up getting hit by a car. And when she got hit by a car, the craziest thing was that lady's husband ends up being the person who basically runs Section 8 for that whole area. Now, she ended up getting a house. You know, she got a house. She was living in the house rent-free, no paying nothing, because again, this dude's wife just hit this lady, so he didn't want to get sued. So he got her into her house free, everything cleared, nice and good. Now, she ended up having, you know, all of her buddies come over there, you know, drug buddies and things like that, they're using and having, you know, homeless transient parties. And you know, wrecking the property and things like that, to where she ended up getting kicked out back on the streets. So she literally had an opportunity to have a full house. She was living in a full house, guys, for free. And she squandered that opportunity. Why? Just because of frequency, the vibration. You're continuously doing things that get you in those positions of loss, get you in those positions of lack. You know what I mean? You gotta have an abundance mindset. And so, again, I'm just curious as far as, you know, who they're bringing in. Are these people actually going to take advantage of these resources and level up, or are they just trying to, are they just really taking in a serial homeless? The people who just have a losing mindset, who are just going to take advantage of this. Now, just keep in mind, they're getting food catered to them. They have a janitor that's coming up and cleaning that area every single day. You know what I mean? They have AC and heat. I pay $1,800 a month. I don't have AC. I don't have heat, central heating in my house. I have to plug in a heater, or I have to plug in a fan, or I have to open the windows and things like that. So just keep that in mind. They're literally a bus ride away from the beach. You know, the Manhattan Beach, the Strand, everything like that. They are just a 30-second walk away from Target, a 1-minute walk away from a Sprouts, you know what I mean? A walk away from the South Bay Galleria. You can literally see the South Bay Galleria from the parking lot. And so this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I want people who are actually going to take advantage. Like if I go and I talk to this lady Lisa, and I'm seeing people actually get transformed, come in there, get a job, get employment, get a house, and level up. I'll be the biggest proponent of this organization, because again, I don't want to see anybody on the streets. I believe there does need to be resources for people who are on the streets to get off the streets if they want to. So if this is one of those organizations, man, I'll be the #1 supporter of it, man. I'll go there and I'll donate, you know what I mean, money or items and different things like that, if I actually see that it's contributing to the success of humans. You know, if not, you know what I mean. Again, you know, they made sure to meet that deadline to get the federal funding. So I don't know if this is just another one of those, you know, programs that just exist solely for the sake of collecting money. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Man, these people getting catered meals, they getting janitor, they got basically a maid, they got a butler, they got chefs. You know what I mean? They got AC, heating, they're a bus right away from the beach. Boom, that's the median home price in that area. They're getting to live in that area for free, man. So you let me know what you think. Will this help the community? Will this hurt the community? And for the people that are moving in, do you think they'll actually take advantage of these resources, or will they squander it? Let me know, man. It's unlimited to God, man. All praise to the Most High. We made it into a whole nother year, 2021. I'm excited for what me and the E-team have in store. I love you guys. Peace.